This is your mic. You want to just-
Oh, okay.
Here you go. Go to kwbhvirtual.com. kwbhvirtual.com. I'll make you host from there so that you'll be able to just control. And can you try sharing your screens? Sit up. Just wait for more people.
Sure. All right, thank you.
I'll be at the front if you.
Okay,
if anything.
I appreciate it.
You guys teaching in class? Or no class then? Okay, cool.
Hi. We're gonna get started here. Everybody, welcome to today's screen. We're talking about Neighborhood Snapshot today. My name is Jose. I'm the training coordinator at the MLS. And we're going to be going over Neighborhood Snapshot. So Neighborhood Snapshot is our market report, like market trends, or you want to see how the market is doing in the MLS. You want to pull up like statistical reports, and that's when we use Neighborhood Snapshot. The Neighborhood Snapshot is a realtor member benefit only, which means that in order to use Neighborhood Snapshot, you have to be a realtor member, meaning that you have to belong to the association, Greater Los Angeles, Malibu, Southwest, any of the associations, then that will give you access to all of our realtor benefits features that we have. And that is why you need to be a member of a realtor member to access Neighborhood Snapshot. Now, Neighborhood Snapshot is part of your homepage. So you'll see that on the homepage when you log in, one of our portlets is called Neighborhood Snapshot. Okay, so it's somewhere in your homepage. It could be at the bottom, on the left, right side. I moved it up for today's training, so I have it at the top here. Okay. So Neighborhood Snapshot is pretty simple to use, pretty easy to use to navigate. There are some pro features that you have to pay for. Okay, we do provide the free feature, which is just the basics. But the pro feature, it gives you access to different reports. You can create like a one-page flyer with the information, and it also gives you the feature to add Neighborhood Snapshot on your website. If you have a website, you can add that information, and anybody that goes to your website can view those that statistics that we pull up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a quick sample right now for Neighborhood Snapshot. So right now, we have two options. You have trend line and you have snapshot. The trend line is more like to go back in time, like, you want to pull up years in the past, maybe you want to compare, 2022 and go back 5 years back, then you can use a trend line. That gives you a trend, it shows you a little graph with the line graph, and shows you, how's the market they're doing. Is it going up in the past 5 years, or does, it's go up and down, depending on the area you put. And snapshot gives you information monthly. So if you want to pull up like, what was the market in Beverly Hills in December compared to, February of last year or something like that. You can pull up months and you can go back, a single year. Okay. So I'm going to start off with snapshot and then we'll look at trend line. Okay. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear this out and pretend that I'm starting a fresh new search, right? So I'm going to put under locations, we can search for an area, city, subdivision, or a zip code. And we can put up to 5 different areas or zip codes or whatever you use, okay? So let's say I want to pull up Beverly Hills, right? So I'm going to type in there, Beverly Hills. And right underneath, you're going to get the results. So I'm going to select Beverly Hills, area 1. I'm going to click on that, and it's going to add Beverly Hills to my criteria. let's say I want to add more areas that maybe I want to include West LA. So I'm going to type in West and LA, and I'm going to go ahead and select from the results below. I think we had it as West Los Angeles. There we go, Westwood, west side of it. And so Westwood, I'm gonna add that area. Let's say I do know the number of the area. Let's say I want to also include like Santa Monica, for example. So I know Santa Monica is area 14, so I'm gonna put in 14. I can also use the number if I know the numbers. Otherwise, I can just type in the name. So I have 3 different areas. Yeah, Beverly Hills, Westwood, Santa Monica. I'm gonna put Brentwood as well. So again, we can type, put in up to 5 different areas or locations. So now I have 4, okay? So now below that, I can put in more criteria. I want to say what year I want to pull up information for. So I have 2022 in there. So I want to compare, the last year, see how that was going. And then the timeline, again, that's where I can specify what months I want to use, or if I want to go ahead and pull up different quarters, maybe first quarter, second quarter, or maybe I just want to include individual months. I can say, maybe I want to look at, August through December of 2022. So I can select months, and then I can also select the property type. So here I can say I only want single family homes. Maybe I want to compare condos or leases. I can go ahead and select only one property type. And so I'm going to leave single family there. Now let's say I want to put more criteria. So right below the next to run report button, there's this little kind of like icon with kind of like lines in there. So right next to run report, that little button there, I'm gonna press that, and that's gonna give me the option to enter more criteria. So I already have the areas there. See, I already have the year that I want. And because I press that button, I have to put in the timeline again. So I'm gonna put in August through December there. We have single family already there. I can specify specific price range. If I want to look up anything between 2 to 5 million or something like that, I can put a price range. Square footage, lot size, I can put in year built, bedrooms, bathrooms, and if I want to include a pool, yes or no. Okay. So once I put all my rest of my criteria, all I have to do is just click create report. And that's going to go ahead and run and start pulling up the statistics. And so we'll give it a minute there, depending on how many areas and what information you put in, that's gonna take a little bit long to pull up the information. All right. So now that we ran the report, we have the report information here. Right above the first graph that you see there, it'll tell us the areas that we're looking at. All right. And so what color represents each area? So Beverly Hills here is kind of like this dark purple. Westwood is that kind of like light blue, Santa Monica is in pink, and Brentwood is in green. So all the information here on the graph represents each of these areas. Now on the left side, we have the different statistic points or information or data points that we want to pull up. So right now, by default, is set to homes for sale. So this just tells me in each area, how many properties or how many homes were on the market, how many homes were for sale. Right below here on the graph, I can read the data. So remember, we selected, I'm on snapshot, you're on trend line. So right here on the left side, I'm on snapshot. Okay. So the graph that we're looking at, remember we selected August to December. So the first month there is August. And then it gives me each of the months that I selected. Right, so we're looking at homes for sale. So in August, if I put my mouse pointer on top of the graph, it'll give me the actual data itself. So you see there, Beverly Hills had 109 homes for sale in August of 2022. Westwood had 59, Santa Monica had 91, and Brentwood had 79 on the market that month. And if I want to look at September, I can click on or just hover over my mouse over to September, and I can view the data for each month based on my criteria. Now, if I want to look at how many properties sold or closed, then I'll click on closed sales. Now to tell me how many homes actually sold each month. So now we can go and just, again, hover our mouse and read the actual data, the actual numbers. And Same thing for pending sales. We can go down the list. This just tells us how many homes were on pending for each month. We got new listings. This tells us how many new listings were added each month. Now, the difference between new listings and homes for sale is because this tells us how many were on the market during that month. And these were new listings tells us how many new listings were added each month. Okay, so continuing down, we got days on market. So this will give us the average days on market. If we want the median, so once we select days on market on the upper right side of the graph, you'll see that it gives me the option to select average or median. Okay, so some of these data points on the left will give us that option. Okay, so just keep an eye out if that option is enabled. So for days on market, we can go from average and median. All right, in case you guys don't know the average,
I'm so sorry. So what's the difference?
that's what I was about to say right now. In case you don't know what the difference between average and median. So average, it tells the average days on market, what it adds all the amount of days on market and it divides it by the amount of listings, right? So let's say there are 10 listings, for example, and the highest days on market, let's just say it's 50, okay? So what you do is you get, you add all the days on market and then you divide that by 10 and that gives you the average. Median, it doesn't matter, it just goes whatever's right in the middle. So let's say one listing had 2 days on market, another listing had 8, another listing had 20. And so what that does is just what points just what's right in the middle. Okay.
So when do we need this information?
I'm sorry?
For example, when do we need this information?
It just depends what the owner is asking for. It's just what the owner might say, just give me the average, what's the average days on market, and depending on again how many listings and then how many each listing has the total days on market. So then you can see, well, most of these listings going to sell by 20 days on market or 60 days on market, but median just tells us, all right, it's right in the middle. It's
Median, I understand. It's in the middle. I understand, but it's like how many listings? Like 10?
it just depends. Yeah, it depends on the area.
And then how many days they were on the market?
Yeah, right. So
Okay.
we remember we're looking at total homes for sale. So let's say, for example, here in Beverly Hills, there was 109 listings, right?
Right.
So what you do is to get the average, it's like you add each listing, all 109, you add them all together, and then you divide that by 109 because that's how many listings there are. And that will give you the average. Okay, so you have to add the days on market for each listing.
Okay, so it's in case if somebody asks for this information, right? Because what are the other use for this?
I'm not understanding what special super square with sandwich.
Oh, okay.
Sandwich. Stay flexible. Sorry about that.
No. Okay. All right. So if we continue looking at the rest of these different data points, and then I'll explain these other options here on the right side. But we have months supply, just tells us how many listings or properties were on the market. Total sold volume. Okay, so we need to pull up, what was the total sold volume in each area. So if you hover again, you can see that in August, Beverly Hills had over 100 million sold. Right, Westwood had over 45 million. So that was the total sold volume for each area. We have the sell price. The sell price is or the sold price, in other words. So you can see what was the average again, median sold price for each area there. The average of last list price. So what this does, it tells you the percentage difference between the list price and the actual sold price. And so if a listing is listed at 1 million, but it sold at 95,000, so it didn't sell at 100% asking price. So that tells us the difference. So you can see Beverly Hills had a 92% compared to what was asked or listed. And the last option there is sold price per square footage. Okay, so if you need to see what was the average or the median again, it tells you the average sold price per square footage. Okay.
Can we see how many square feet, like a new in the market, new development, for example?
You want to see the square footage, then not through the neighborhood snapshot. It just gives you the average price.
Because my client asked me how many like new buildings coming up on market time, no idea where it can track it.
Yeah, so we do have a new feature called Builders Update that just gives you, new listings or new buildings that are, properties that are being built. So you might want to look into that.
How
It's called Builders Update.
it's website, right?
It's in the MLS under quick links.
Builders update.
Yeah, Builders Update. I do got a question online. Is there a way to email this report? I'll get to that. I'll show you how you can share these reports. So yeah, there is a way to email this report. So we'll get to that. All right, so continuing here on the right side of the graph, there's other options or features you can change or view. Right now we're in this graph view, but we also have like a line view. So if you want like more of a visual of how it's going up or down through the months or the years, we're gonna look at trend line in a minute. But you can also switch between a bar graph or a line graph. There's that drop down menu there. You can also select how you want to view the information there. So right now we're looking at the data in a monthly view. So it breaks us down the monthly, right? Each data we have, it's by month, but we can switch there on the top right. You can select rolling 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months. So now what we're doing here is when I select 3 months on the drop-down menu on the right side, now it's giving me a total of 3 months added together instead of just 1 month. Okay, so if I'm looking at August here, now it's adding June, July, and August. So it's 3 months back, all added together. All right, so you can do rolling 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months. Now, as we're looking at data on the graph, we do have more information below where we can pull up comparable information where it compares to the previous year. Okay, so here we're looking at comparable average sold price per square footage. And so now we're looking at each area, so Beverly Hills, and we're looking at the 6 months that I selected compared to the previous year. But now let's say I want to look at sold price. So I'll select sell price, and now it's going to show me and compare sell price right below. Okay, so we have Beverly Hills and Westwood Century, Santa Monica, Brentwood. So each area is being compared to the previous year. If I want to pull up more years, and so on the top right of that, we have a drop-down menu where I can select either 1 year, 3 years, or 5 years. So if I select 3 years, for example, it's going to pull up the data for the month that we're looking at plus 3 years, 3 months back. Excuse me, 3 years back, because I selected 3 years. So now we're going to see it's going to compare each area 3 years back and show me the information. So that might take a little bit too low. So we'll give it a minute there. Right, so there we go. Okay, so now you can see like each area is now pulling up the current month that I selected plus 3 years back. Okay, so we can pull up comparable information within the neighborhood snapshot. And then I scroll down, I get the market details report. And what this does, it gives me all the information that we pulled up in a market detail report where it shows us the overview, and then it gives us the active listings, the sold listings, and then it breaks it down by the different properties or addresses. It gives us the top 20, meaning that starting from the highest price down, and it works its way down for the top 20. Okay, it breaks it down to also by price range, and the days on market as well is in here. You can tell tells us how many listings or properties were marked at between 1 to 30 days, 31 to 60 days. So it tells us how many properties are listing. So now if we want to print, email this report, let me go back all the way to the top. So here on the top right side, we have the print option, where if I hit print, it's gonna create a PDF file, and then I can go ahead and print that PDF file. When you print the report, it gives us all the data. So it breaks down all of these different data points into a single page. It also includes the comparable information and also includes this market details report at the bottom. So I'll give it a minute there. So you
Where do
see,
you press print? I'm sorry, where do you do, oh, where do you,
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
oh, where would you do the print? Like, where is it on generated here?
Yeah, I'm about to show you. It's a PDF file. So it's generating right now. So you see on the right side, it's still creating it. So it's gonna download a PDF file to my downloads folder, and then I can go ahead and print it from there. So just give it a minute there to print. Okay, I'll click OK while that's generating. So it's still generating, even though I press OK, it's still creating my PDF file. Depending on how many areas you select, how many years back you went here on the comparables report, it might take a little bit. So it's still generating there, so we'll give it a couple minutes there so I can show you what comes up and how to print it. It also depends on what browser you're using. So I'm using Chrome, all right? So you see it's now created. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on it so I can open that. It is saved on your downloads folder as well. So here's my report that I created to print. It's a PDF file again. All right, so just want to go through it and show you that here is the information. This is for homes for sale. And it compares the homes for sale. Again, I did select 3 years. And it brings up the next data point, closed sales. So it's going to be like about 15, 16 pages, right? Because it does create a single page for each data point. So I'm just going to scroll down to the bottom. I'm just going to skip all these pages. Just want to show you here. Okay, that's the last data point. And then we do see the market details report, like I mentioned. So it's 1 page per area. So here's Beverly Hills. Okay, here is Westwood, and so on. And so it does print each area. It does print all the information that we just pulled up. And now, since I did create the PDF, all I have to do is just click print button here in the top right. Again, this is Chrome. So all I do is just click on either print, select my printer, and so on. Okay.
I have a question.
Sure. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. In the reports, like for example, average home medium sale price, when in the MLS, when you hover over it, it gives a percentage of the increase. Is there a way to export with that data that says like from October to November, it was a 1.2% increase? Right now, it's just in the PDF, it's just the graph with no, without that information. I'm wondering if there's a way to do that.
This section here?
No. So in the graph section, if you scroll up.
Here?
Yeah, so let's average sale price. Yep. So if you scroll over August and it says, okay, maybe that's not a good, basically, maybe go to medium sale price. Or sale price, whatever that may be. When I was looking at mine, it tells me the percent increase. Where was I?
This one?
Yeah, exactly. So how do you get that data where it says 92% instead of just never mind. Let me find what I was looking at and then I'll ask again.
All right, so that was a print option, right? So we had a print one there. Now, if we want to share, there's this little kind of arrow icon on the top right. That's where we can go ahead and like email this report. And so you have email, you have text message. You can also share like on social media. And the embed link, but the embed link is only for the pro feature. And I'll show you what the pro features are included. But you can go ahead and email this report just by selecting email, and it'll open up which options you want to share. If you have just the free version, only the analytics features available. Okay, if you have the pro feature, which again, I'll show you in a few minutes, then you also have the option to select the report and the flyer. And so this will let you share those different options. But if you only use the free version, then you can only share the analytics, which is the report we're working with right now. And then just click on set up email, and then you can go ahead and send this information on an email, okay? Again, I will show you in just a few minutes all those pro features. And those pro features are available here at the top. We'll take a look at that in just a few minutes, okay? I also want to mention the settings feature here on the top right side. All right, you can go ahead and select and enter like what information you want to include in the report, your phone number, your email address, if you have a website, and you can also change the color of the header. So if let me pull up my printed report again, just go to my finder here, go to here it is. Okay, so you can see that the header, the color of the header, right? So this is like, I don't know what color I chose it, like really is bright light blue there. But I can change what information shows up in here. So you see there's my name, my license number, email, website. You can also upload like your logo. So I have my logo uploaded. You can upload a photo if you want here on the left side where it says hi. I have my logo, my photo there, but I uploaded my logo as well. But you can go in here under settings, and go back to settings, right? And here you can go ahead and choose like what color you want for your header. If you want to upload your photo, then right here on the top right side, there's a link that'll take you where you can upload your photo and your logo as well. So if I go here, it'll take me to the photo management tool there, where I can go ahead and upload my profile photo and a logo as well. Okay, we won't wait for that. Let me go back. Anyways, here it is, agent photo and agent logo as well. So let me go back. Let me go ahead and run that report one more time because it does take me out if I go to the photo management there. So let me go ahead and run that report one more time. All right, while that is running, there's a question here. How much is pro version? We'll talk about that. I'll show you the different plans. All right, so here we go back to snapshot. We'll go over trend line in a minute. All right, so on the top right side, you have the print button, you have the share button, you have the settings option there where you can change your settings. And we also have this little question mark button here where it'll explain each of these data points, what they mean, what information you're pulling up. So if I click on that little question mark there, it tells us the different data points there and a definition of each one of them. So if you need to, want to know what exactly you're pulling up, that is a little question mark on the top right side. Okay. Now, if we want to go ahead and change, let's say we want to change or run a different report now for different areas. Instead of going back to the home page in the top right side, we do have the criteria option. So where I can do let's say I want to do a whole new search now. I can clear everything out, start a new search here. Let's say I want to, let's just say I want to pull up like the valley area there. So I'm going to put in like Encino, Sherman Oaks. And I'll put one more for like Tarzana.
I'm so sorry. So is this on the same page?
Yeah, this is the same page. Yes. Yeah. So I can put in like a new whole search, right? Like let's say I'm done with the Beverly Hills, West LA area. Now I want to put up like the valley. I can start from here. I don't have to go back all the way to the beginning. That way, that's what I'm doing here. So let's say I want to pull up like 2021 and see that area there. Maybe I want to pull up the, the last half of the year that, and then I want to change maybe to maybe lease. And if I want to look at more criteria, I can say show all criteria, put more information there. And I just want to make sure I hit update report, so that way I get the new data for those new areas that I've entered now. Okay, so now it's going to bring up those 3 different areas now. So Encino, Sherman Oaks, and Tarzana. So I don't have to go back to the beginning, start over again. Okay, so excuse me. So the pro features you get on the top right side here on the top, you have these different options that are available for pro. And we'll talk about the pricing in a minute. But here I can say report. And so this will give me a more detailed report for each area. So you can see here, I'm looking at the first area I'm looking at is Encino, right? So it gives me like a map, and it shows me the area that Encino covers, or whichever area you select. Okay, so I can see exactly what I'm looking at on the map, and then it tells me the total sold volume for Encino. So it breaks down the data for me in a report. That's what we call a report, because each area has its own report now.
I can see that this is pre-trial only for 14 days.
Yes, we'll talk about that. So I'm just going over what's included in the pro, and then we'll talk about the free trial and the pricing. We have our total listings that are active within that time period that I selected. How many went pending. And then if I want to look at the graphs here on the right side, I have view more graphs. And then it'll show me the total sold volume, and it compares to the previous year. Average sell price per list price, average list price, and so on. So I can view more information there. It breaks it down for me just for that area. And then right below that, it gives me all the sold listings for that time frame that I selected. Again, remember, this information is only based on what I entered in my criteria. Okay. So now I can go down, I can see the sold listings for that area. Okay, so this is that report. Okay, I can view the photos for each listing and basic data, basic information on each listing. Now let's say I want to look at the next area. Okay, because this is for each area. Now I have to click on each area that I selected. So here on the top, now I want to look at Sherman Oaks. I can go ahead and click on Sherman Oaks, and it loads the data for Sherman Oaks. Okay, based on compared to the analytics section that we went over, this just gives us all the data for each listing, all areas together. For the report, it's just for one area at a time. Okay, and then we have the sold listings for Sherman Oaks, Tarzana. I can go ahead and select Tarzana now, and it shows me the data for Tarzana. Okay. Now, Flyer is a single page report where it puts the most basic data, where we see the overview again, total sold volume, and the average days to sell and all that, the active pendings, the closed sales, and the top 20 sold listings. Okay, so that's like a Flyer report that we call. With the Pro feature, we also have the embed option. Like I mentioned at the beginning, if you have a website, right, and I want to include this information on my website, I can go to the embed option there. Again, it's only for the Pro feature. And I can select what I want to include in my website. And then I can go ahead and say which areas I want to include, what property type, and a price range. And all I have to do is just, once I click update criteria, I can just go ahead and copy this code here, this HTML code, and paste it on my website, right? And then I can go ahead and, when people go to my website, they'll see, based on whatever criteria I put, they'll see that that statistics information on your website, okay? All right, so if you if you want to sign up for the Pro feature, we do provide a 14-day free trial, okay? And you can try out the Pro options. And then after that, you can go ahead and sign up. We do have 2 different plans. Let me see if I can come up with, pull up that information.
We can see that. It's great.
Okay, so right here on the home page, if I go back to the home page, right? On the neighborhood snapshot portrait, right on the top, you see here, click here to upgrade to Snapshot Pro. Click on that, right? Gives you free, information about neighborhood snapshot, right here, the different plans. Okay, and it tells you what's included. And right at the bottom, you have two options. You can be billed yearly or billed monthly. Okay, if you are select billed yearly, it comes out to $99 for the whole year, which broken down, it's $825 a month. Okay, if you want just to use it, bill monthly, and you can go ahead and select bill monthly. Now it's $9.99 a month. Okay, so those are two options.
Can you please show again how flyer looks like if we speaking about Pro? We talk about selections and the information, and then on top of that, we can see flyer,
Yes.
analytics. So how flyer gonna look like?
Yeah, that's what I just went over.
Where
Okay, so let me go back to the home page. Okay, so this is analytics. This is the free feature. We just went over that at the beginning, right? So with the pro feature, you get the flyer. So it's just, this is the flyer right here. So it just gives you all the information in a single page, right? The overview, depending on the area. Okay, this is for Encino right now. We have the active listings, just tells us how many are active, how many went pending, closed sales.
So we have same information in the free version, but just different design.
Yeah, this is in a single page for each area. Okay, and it gives you the top 20. You don't get this in analytics. The top 20 solds. Okay, so these are the pro features, report, flyer, and embed option there. All right, and so those are two different options when you want to upgrade the monthly and the yearly. We saw the price. Now the trend line, it's a different option where you can pull different, the analytics or the snapshot, excuse me. The snapshot gives you monthly, right? You can select which months you want to pull up. The trend line just gives you years, the complete years. So if I go to trend line, right, I'm still using these three areas. So now we see that it gives us years. Okay, so you can see here that it goes back, the entire year of January 2022. But if I go to my criteria now, I can select how many years I want. 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. It doesn't let me break down monthly, okay, like the snapshot. So with the trend line, let's say I want to pull up 5 years. And I click update report. Let me change this to single family, hit update report. So now what this is going to do is going to go back 5 years and show me the data for 5 years back. Okay, so now I can see the data there. If I want to put up all the different data points, again, I want to look at sold price. So it gives me 5 years back, and that's what the trend line is. That's the only difference between trend line and snapshot. With the trend line, I can go further back. Okay, the maximum years, I think it's 13 years. So if I go to max years on the drop down and hit update, it's going to go back 13 years and show me, the trend for 13 years back. Okay, so if I want to turn off, let's say I just want to look at Encino, I can turn off Sherman Oaks and Tarzana on the top. All right, and also I want to turn it back on, I can select and you can compare the two different areas. Okay, so that's the trend line. Again, like I said, the only difference is that snapshot allows you to select months. Okay, like if you want January and March or whatever, you can select snapshot. Trend line allows you to go back further back years and show the data or the trend line. Okay, and again, you can also print, share this on the top right side. You have the export option there. You can print, share the export. Let's click on export. So I can download that file. Again, it goes to my download folder. And when I click on the downloads folder, it's gonna give me the raw data. Okay, it's gonna give me a Excel spreadsheet or a spreadsheet. You can open it up and see it gives me the raw data. Okay, so December 2011. Okay, and see, I selected homes for sale, so 170 Sherman Oaks, Tarzana, and it goes down all the way down to 2022 of December 2022. Okay. All right, so that is the neighborhood snapshot feature. Go back to that. Okay, so again, the export option just lets you download the raw data for the trend. Okay, we get some questions here in the chat. All right. You can also find on the left side here the quarterly market trends. If you used this before, this is our old market trends where it shows you, how is the market on the areas, and it shows you the map as well. So I'm going to click on this to view this report on the left side. And this is by quarter, okay? So it doesn't let you choose months, it doesn't let you choose years. It does let you choose what year to pull up, but it's for each quarter. So like for 2022, all right, we have the first 3 quarters of information available. The last quarter probably won't be available to maybe like mid this month, okay? But if you want to put the 3rd quarter for 2022, okay, so this is what you get for the market statistics, okay, for the market trend. And so it gives you a breakdown of the past 3 years, right? And so it gives you median price, sell volume, okay, and keep going down. Here's the map that many agents like, and it gives you again the median price. And you can see like on the, and this is only for our jurisdiction or our areas. Okay, so like if I want to look at Beverly Hills or mid LA area there, you can see that it's, I don't know if you guys can see there, but it's 3% up. Okay, and again, this is for the market climate map for the median price. Okay, for the list price, the median price. And it also gives you a breakdown in this list view. So you can get this again when you go to Neighborhood Snapshot here on the left side. Just click on the quarterly market trends, and that's when you get this report. Go back to that. Okay, so you get this report. You can print this out. It's a PDF file. Okay, here is the market climate map for the sales volume. And then condos. So it's single family and condos. So the blue header that you see, those are condos. All right, and then we have leases. All right, so you can go and print this out. Again, it's included under the market neighborhood snapshot section, and these are free. These quarterly market trends are free. You don't have to upgrade to Pro for this. Okay. Any questions on neighborhood snapshot?
Yes, can you please show the Pro view report for Pro members? Is it any different?
The Pro report, yeah, it's just like we went over it. It's just gives you each area in a single page. So right here in the analytics, right, you get all the areas. You see the 3 areas that I have? It's all included in here, all 3 areas. If I go to report, then it's just one report per area. So now you see Encino selected. So if I want to look at Tarzana, I can select Tarzana now, and now it shows me just Tarzana. And it's the same information, but it also includes the sold listings.
What about this quarterly market report?
I'm sorry, with the what?
Quarterly market report. Is this?
Quarterly, this?
Yeah, is it for free? Do we have a different option for members?
No.
Okay.
Okay, this is just one report. That's it. Okay. Any other questions? No? How about on Zoom? Any questions on?
Is this recorded that we can refer to again?
Yeah, it looks like they are recording it, so you can ask Brittany for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
How did I pull the quarterly report? Yeah, you just go to Neighborhood Snapshot and it's on the left side. So when you go and pull up Neighborhood Snapshot, you can go here on the left side. I also think it's under tools. Statistics, yeah, so under search. So you can go to search, go down to statistics, and you also find the quarterly market trends there as well. Yes,
What did the market report? Is it of 3 months?
3 months, so quarter is each quarter is 3 months. So the first quarter will be January, February, and March. Second quarter will be April, May, June, and so on.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, so the quarterly market is PDF, and then you can print. Print button, you know, on your PDF applications. Okay. Any other questions? I see you have another question. I feel you have a question.
Yeah, but I kind of need to show you. so
Okay.
I would-
All right, so with that said, that's pretty much what we have for you guys today. Talk about the Neighborhood Snapshot, how to pull up statistics, market trends, trend line snapshot. And so, yeah, and if you would like to upgrade to the Pro feature, then you know that we have 2 different options. If you want to bill monthly, and you can cancel at any time as well. So if you select to be billed or for the year and you pay, it's gonna charge you for the whole year. But if you cancel, mid-year or whatever, it will refund you the difference. So, yeah, you can go ahead and sign up for that. We also have a webinar recorded on Neighborhood Snapshot if you don't have access to this Zoom training, and we also have it available under the help menu. Just go to the training and help, and under webinars, and when you click register, you can go down, and these are all the different webinars that are pre-recorded. So you can go down and look for like Neighborhood Snapshot. So that is all for today. If there's no questions, then thank you guys for joining me. Any questions here?
Jose? Oh my God, my dog.
Yes.
Jose, sorry, my dog's bark. Harry, be quiet. Jose, is it possible to get training from you to get up to speed with the MLS?
Yeah, we do have one-on-one training. However, we do charge for that.
Okay,
So it's $50 per hour with a minimum of 2 hours, so $100.
great.
Yeah, you have to go over to our office and we can do a one-on-one training there.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you want to sign up for that, just send me an email, joseq@themls.com, or just call the help desk and they'll transfer you over to me.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, here.
Yes, could you briefly, again, tell about differences of Pro and just regular members?
Yeah, so remember that free version is the analytics, right? So we run the report again. And so in the analytics, you get all the data that we just went through.
Yeah,
And so all of this, snapshot here. So you get the graphs and you get the comparables right below. So all of this is free. So the analytics is included. And but the other options for the Pro feature, we had the report, which we saw that it gives you this report for each area. Okay, the flyer, which is part of the Pro feature. Okay, which is it gives you like this kind of like a flyer view of the report. Okay, and the embed feature, which you can add Neighborhood Snapshot on your website. So like if you have, I don't know, like for example, let's say homesforsalebyjose.com. Let's just say that's my website. I can go to embed and I can go ahead and add this, all that information that we went through on my website. And then anybody in the public, when they go to my website, they can see that.
Can you
That
show
data.
the example website?
I don't know who has a website that has this on there. Let's see if I have, we do have a sample website, but I don't know what the website is. Let me see if I have it. Yeah, I don't have a website where I can show you, yeah, an example of how that is. Okay.
Can we just email you? Never mind now.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have a website to show you guys, but yeah, so,
Can we do it this way? We will email you with this question. And you can get back.
I'm sorry,
Can we email this question? to you?
email what?
Questions.
Questions,
The
yeah.
website, right, I would like to see, but I see that you cannot find right now.
Yeah, because I don't have that information. Yeah, you can contact the help desk as well, they can help you out. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and end today's training. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you so much.
Same, right?
No, it's different. Well, what's the question? Yeah, but that's just for the listings you selected. It's not the same as Neighborhood Snapshot.
But I can do bigger radius.
Yeah. I'm not sure what's the question. What are you trying?
I think this is safe analysis, which is different. for-
Yeah, but again, what you pulled up is just for those listings that you selected. Those 9 or 8 listings you had. Neighborhood Snapshot is for the whole area. And then Neighborhood Snapshot, you have to put the area, and so you see what the difference is. That Neighborhood Snapshot, it gives you the entire area, the entire zip code. what you pulled up is just for those listings that you pulled up.
Okay, thank you so much. Thanks. Are you regular teacher here?
Sorry?
Are you regular teacher here? or
Yeah.
Just once,
No, just whenever they schedule us,
once a month or?
it depends with Brittany.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Thanks. I would love Christine. Yeah.
I asked her, she's like, I don't do.
I know.